What's going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Hope everybody out there is doing well on this TGIF Friday. As for myself, I'm doing good. You see where I'm at out here in this shop, getting these orders done and catching a quick break, and figured I would go ahead and get a recap out of the way. Today, this recap is actually going to be a recap on the week. Just kind of looking at the stats for the week, seeing how we did, and then going from there. But first, I do want to go ahead and take a look at the charts, see how MNQ did today. I didn't really take too many trades once the market opened. I kind of make my money after hours here lately. So I'm gonna go ahead, bring up the charts. We're gonna take a look at that, and then we'll jump over into TRADERVUE today to look at the stats. So already have Thinkorswim pulled out, and it's showing the complete day pretty much from 2 a.m. this morning up until where we closed at today. And we see the market gave some pretty good opportunities from 2 o'clock till about 6:30. This is kind of what I would call chop. Really from 5:30 to like 6:30, you can kind of see it with these black candles. Anytime I get black candles on the chart, those are kind of chop candles for me. But after 6:30, we got a nice run going into 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, we get a break over previous day's close, comes up, pushes back down, and we get a nice run going into 9:30. Very nice run going into 9:30. Market opens, kind of pushes up over previous day's high. That's going to be the 100 level. Taps out on that 110 level and just rolls over. Gave up the ghost quickly. 10 o'clock comes in, chart flips red. Now we can start looking for shorts once we clear key levels. So a key level, first line of defense. It flipped red, we're above it. Gotta wait till it gets below it. It did. You can trade that out to this fib level, which was the 38 level. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and back this chart on out now and kind of blow it up just so we can kind of see what it was doing. So once this broke first line of defense, you got previous day's close, and then you have that 38 level there. Once it breaks that, flushes on out to where second line of defense, which was also the 23 level at that time. Kind of tries to break down, pushes back up. Now it pushes down. When it breaks this level right here, back truck up. Only thing you have to worry about is this pivot out to the left. So it broke that level. I'm gonna be focused on this pivot right here. Flushes down, get a slight pullback, trying to get back above the pivot. Flushes out to where the next level. Next level in this case is the 0 level, which is also previous day's low. Breaks that, retest, flushes to the next level. Breaks that, retest, flushes to the next level. See the pattern? Break a level, either go or retest and go. This morning it was breaking, retest, go. You see a blue small dash line on the chart. This blue small dash line is a daily channel, and it's the quarter level. So normally you'll hear me say a midline. That's like when I'm doing a 15-minute, hourly, or intraday channel. It'll have the upper, the midline, and the base. Well, when I did this daily channel, it actually has 3 levels. So I'm gonna back it back out a little bit here. If you see this long dash line, that's the actual midline. This is the quarter line, and then somewhere way down there you have the base. So on my charts now, I have kind of plotted out the daily channel, and it actually kind of helped today. It actually kind of helped. I took some trades kind of using that as a area of support. So got to use what you can on these charts. But yeah, so we see got some decent opportunities coming through here shorting. I took a few trades over here today in my second pro account. I was done trading my main pro account first thing this morning. We doubled that bad boy in a week. We're gonna look at that on the TRADERVUE stats here in a second. But instead of just not trading today, I said, oh, I got another pro account. Let's go ahead and let's take some trades in that account. So we're going to jump on over into TRADERVUE now, and we'll look at these stats. And now that we're over here, I'm going to tell you, I'm trading out of $25,000 accounts in TRADERVUE, right? 25K accounts. But you have to understand that these are not really 25K accounts. These are, in all actuality, $1,500 accounts that they give you crazy margin on. They are $1,500 accounts with crazy margin, crazy leverage, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of times they do that in order to get you to blow them bad boys up, because these accounts aren't made to trade minis. They aren't meant to trade ES. They're not meant to trade NQs. So when I say I doubled the account this week, I took what was a $1,500 threshold, a $1,500 cash account, and I doubled that. Other thing with these accounts, once you make $1,500 in a $25,000 account, you are over the threshold. And once you're over the threshold, anything that you make above $1,500, you can request out in payouts. Now, it's smart to request a minimum of $250, because if you request less than $250, they are going to charge you a $50 fee. That's in addition to the 80-20 split. So remember that when you take your payout, you want to be making sure that after the 80-20 split, you're going to be paying yourself a minimum of $250. If you don't, you're just giving away $50 more. So one of the first things I like to do when I come over here into TRADERVUE is I like to take a look and see where my margin is at. I like to look and see where my margin is at. So right now I have this first account pulled up. You see we made $190 today in that account. My drawdown, $25,000. And then you come over here and you look at equity, and you'll see that I am up 26.5 or 26,695. So I'm over the 25,000 or over. Yeah, I'm over $25,000 or 25.5, I guess I should say. Nah, let's get this right, dude. I'm over 26.5. 26.5 puts me over the margin or over the threshold, and that's why my threshold is tapped out at $2,500. As long as I stay over 26.5, this will always be 25,000. But let's take a look at the second pro account that I have. So I'm gonna pull that one up, and you see in that one, that account, I'm up $25,243.50. Trailing drawdown, 23,760. So let's do the math real quick. Let's see how much threshold we have. So we're going to take 23,243.50, and we're going to subtract 23,760.75. It's telling me I'm at $1,482.75. So I am $7.25 below the $1,500. Not bad. Not bad. So a lot of people, they kind of get concerned with the, I guess they call it a dynamic threshold, where it literally follows you throughout the day. Meaning, if you're up $1,000 and you get out of the trade making $500, you just used $500 of your threshold. Not good. Not good. So when I get into a pro account, the first thing that I'm doing is working to get $1,500 in the bank so that I don't have to worry about that trailing drawdown like creeping on me. I could take a loss. Well, look, when I flip over to the stats for the week, I took a hefty loss this week, y'all. I lost like $700 in a trade. That was $700 a threshold gone. My threshold at the time would have been like $800, meaning if I would have took some more trades going down and eating into that, you blow the account up. So you want to be locking in profit until you get outside of that threshold. That's the key. If you up $200, at least lock 150 in. If you're up $400, at least try to lock $100 in. That way you're not giving back profits for one, and you're not cutting into that threshold. Because once you get above the threshold, now you can kind of play. Now you can kind of, if you want to step on the gas a little bit, and you really want to get up to about $2,000, because that'll give you 500 over the 1,500. But yeah, just make sure that with Take Profit Trader and some of these other prop firms that have that dynamic threshold, and they don't do that in the eval. So if you're trading the eval one way and you pass, don't think that you can go into the pro and trade it the same way. This is the example I always give. If you make $1,000 and you give back 500, you've made 500, right? And you do that same thing again. Take another trade and you up 1,000, you get out making 500, meaning you gave back 500. Now you're up $1,000. You in the green $1,000. And then you do that one more time. You up $1,000, you give back 500, meaning you made 500, right? So now you're up $1,500. But guess what? You've given back $1,500 in profits, and kaboom, you just blew that account up. You blew it up being green, $1,500, but no threshold. Crazy. Plus side to that, though, there's a plus side to that scenario. You're going to be up $1,500. So you're going to be good. But let's go ahead. Let's jump on over into, actually, we're going to pull this one back up because this one we were trading. Pull up the stats for the week. Because I know I said I doubled this account in a week, right? Say I doubled it in a week. So the way that I doubled it in a week, and let's look at this stat right here. So I traded this week at a 77.81. It's pretty good. I usually say that my about a 80% because I'm getting in and I'm getting my money. So a little less than 80% this week. That was making $3,733. We gave back $1,834.50. Left us with a gross P&L of $1,898.50. Paid $203.50 in commissions. That left us with a total P&L of $1,695. Not bad on a 25K account, y'all. Not bad when you figure I had a $1,500 threshold, a $1,500 drawdown, and we're a little bit more than 100% on that number. Let's come on over here. Let's take a look at the P&L history. And this one here shows you with the commissions and fees taken out. This one here has commissions and fees not taken out. But notice I started the week off pretty good. Started off green. I hit a high of, let's come right there. I was up about 277. And I took a trade, y'all, that clipped me for $700. And I instantly went red 479. So you see 479 here, but you got to add that 277 to it. And that's how much threshold I had ate up on that trade. $700 freaking dollars. Got back on the horse, kind of grinded my way back up, grinded back up, took a losing trade, gave back a little bit right there. And then boom, we got back green. Stayed green, nice little grind, nice grind, nice grind. And boom, you see this big dip right there. I was up I was up about $1,500. I took another clip, and this wasn't all in one trade like that one was, but from $1,500, I gave back about $800, y'all. Not good. Not good, not good. But guess what? Got back on that horse, slow grinded it back up, and then we just kind of plateaued and just kind of slowly kept grinding up, I post in my Discord that I will nickel and dime this market. I have no problems nickel and diming the market. Come on down here. It gives you a little bit more information. It's not like some of the other platforms that kind of give you data, but it's useful. It's somewhat useful. But you see the times that I traded the most and I made the most money, midnight going into 1 o'clock. Then you see my next most profitable time, 10:30, 11 o'clock. Those are my two most profitable times. So I'm usually trading overnight if I'm up, and then once the market opens. I don't like that first 9:30 to 10 o'clock. I try to sit that out. Once 10 o'clock comes around, kind of smooths the market out, but you see 11 o'clock, nice. And then I do take some trades after hours. The market opens up at 6 o'clock. I'll sit down. See, I took a few trades there at 6 o'clock, took some trades at 7:30, took some trades at 8, that's 10:30. Yep, that's 10:30. So it's normally when other markets are coming online. I guess they call them like the Globexes, Asia session, London session. So with futures, you're not bound to just trade when the market is open. You can trade it pretty much anytime. Anytime. I'm gonna close this real quick. I will take a look at the stats for this account today real quick just to see what we did, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. We'll go this week. I only traded that account today. Booyah. We traded that bad boy to 91% batting average. Profit 279. We gave back $18. Largest winning trade, $42. Largest losing trade, $7.50. Not bad. And look at that P&L curve. Never really was red. That 75 cents is commissions and fees on the first trade. And then we just made money after that. Locking in those little tiny base hits. That's all I was doing. Clipping them for base hits. One thing that I didn't see, go back real quick. I'm gonna wrap this one up. I want to see what my largest losing and winning trade was for the week. This week in this account right here. So look at that. Largest winning trade, 459. I was stepping on the gas. Usually I'm risking $100 to try to make 200. Most of the time I'm not doing that. I'm kind of getting out at 1R, 1.5 R. Stepped on the gas on that trade. Largest losing trade, $80. It's not bad. This was an anomaly. Let's get that word right. That was an anomaly right there. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wrap this one up. As always, thanks for checking me out. If you hadn't hit that like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can definitely finish the conversation in the comments. Peace.